It's Thunderbolt basketball on Twin Broadcasting. Join us now as the Millville Thunderbolts take on their next opponent. And now, here's your commentators for today's game.
Good evening, Ariel Melendez here. We're here at the Millville High School gym as Millville Thunderbolts take on the Collingswood Panthers. I'm here with head coach Patrick Dorney. How are you doing this evening?
Doing great. It's a really nice evening to be back with Coach Latour. A little bit of history. Michael was a senior guard on my very first varsity team back in 2002 at Sacred Heart. So we've stayed in contact through the years. Came to the Millville Coaches versus Cancer when he was the assistant. Drove all the way down here just so I could see Mike and his family. And then he took the head job, and it's a really neat night.
And so a little bit of a rivalry between you two guys. Have you kind of talked about this one at all?
You know what? We actually haven't. It's funny. And I don't know about rivalry. I think it's an admiration for when you see former players that end up going on and coaching, teaching, whatever their profession is, and just doing wonderful things. It makes you proud to have spent some part of your life with them.
And looking at your team specifically, obviously you guys went through a tough stretch before finally getting a win last game. What can you take even from that losing streak and then the game that you won and kind of take into this game to kind of keep yourselves on a high note?
Yeah, those games, especially the first two, when we went on that little losing streak, it was at Haddonfield in overtime, the number 3 seed in our group, and then Sterling by 6 or 7, the number 2 seed in our group. And then we started feeling sorry for ourselves a little bit, and then we let a couple teams come into our building and beat us that should not have happened. And then we got back on the winning track. It was a tough game against Bordentown the other night, went into overtime. Hopefully we got ourselves right. This is a great opportunity, a Group 4 school, 17-5, the number 7 seed in Group 4. This is the perfect preliminary game before we open up at the playoffs next week.
And you kind of bring me to my next question, a perfect segue there. Obviously, you guys already know your next opponent, your opponent for the playoffs. So this game maybe doesn't hold as much meaning into that, but how do you make sure the team doesn't take Millville and this game lightly and kind of get yourselves ready for the playoffs?
We spent time this week talking about our last game and tonight as really as a preparation. Style of play can vary from game to game, and obviously for our playoff opponent, that style could play. But we talk about things like playoff-type possessions where we value the ball, you don't take poor shots, commitment to checking out, the little things. They know how to do it. They're seniors, they're juniors, they've been doing it for a long time, but sometimes you get laxed in December and January. Well, there's no time for that because generally these playoffs, they're going to come down to a possession or two. Everyone's going to matter. So win or lose tonight, the biggest focus for us is how do we handle each possession and do we value the ball?
And kind of my last question here, you talk about some of the seniors on this team. Mekhi Bassett has obviously been really important to this program, not even just this season, but over the years. What have you seen from him and his growth over the years?
Well, we would need an hour segment, truthfully. Josh Freeman of NJ.com did a story on this past week and talked about some of the challenges and struggles that he went through high school. In fact, played only 5 games as a sophomore, was ended up being removed from the team. Came back COVID junior year, and that was a little bit strange for everybody. And then this year, he's really grown up. He's had a fantastic season, hit his 1,000-point mark with only playing 60-some games. He's going to have missed 35 games of his high school career between COVID and his sophomore season. Was named to the Carino All-Star game this past week, and his future really is the best part of his future is going to be when he figures out and grows up and becomes the great young man that I think he will be.
All right, thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Ariel talking to head coach Patrick Dorney from the Collingswood Panthers side. And Mike Latour is with us right now. And, Mike, you tell me that he's a longtime friend of yours.
We're turning the clock back a little tonight. 20 years. I must have played. I was about 6 or 7, I guess, Fred, because I'm not that old. So for it to be our 20th anniversary of him being our head coach back when I played in high school is tonight. So it's pretty cool.
And which high school was that?
Sacred Heart in
Sacred Heart. He did mention he had a very brief stint there, but he's been a few different places. So
yeah,
obviously he's doing a great job every time he goes somewhere.
Yeah.
About the Millville Thunderbolts tonight, this is the last regular season home game. And as each game passes, the excitement gets a little, because now this is the last game of the regular season. The big show's coming up, the state tournament.
Yeah,
so how's your team gearing up for all this?
That's it. Everything is geared towards all our focus to Monday's game against Williamstown, our first round playoff game. So we're very excited, and we've played some really exciting games lately. So hopefully we'll be well prepared and tested for that game on Monday.
Is the team going on that high crescendo at this time? Because this is when you want your best players to really rise to the occasion.
Absolutely. We had a tough loss to St. Joe's a week ago and came back at a nice game here Saturday against Pleasantville. And then we beat Middle Township, which was a huge win. They were the number 3 seed in the Cal tournament. We were lucky enough to beat them on Tuesday night here.
18-5. I mean, I know preseason you're not really thinking about numbers, but the 18-5, it looks very impressive for this young team.
Yeah, absolutely. We were 3-11, 3-12 last year in a short COVID season, so it's just been all the guys' hard work. The assistant coaches and all the players have just put in a lot of dedication, a lot of hard work this season.
And what I've admired most in watching the games that we do, that I've been here, it could be anybody any night. The 5 players that are on the floor seem to take over when they have to.
Yeah, we're not a selfish team. We're not we're not go as only one guy goes. It can be anybody to step up any night, which is exciting.
Okay, as far as one quick question, tonight's game, what do you expect?
They're tough. They played in a tough conference. Number 1, Makai Bassett is a really, really good player. He scored 1,000 points. Caleb Bowman, as everybody would expect, gets that assignment tonight. And, stopping him is going to be the goal. So everybody's going to be helping Caleb guard him, too. It's not one-on-one.
Does Caleb enjoy that challenge? Because I know every game he's got the man.
Yep. That's his job, and he never complains about it. He knows every day in, day out, he's going to guard the best player on the other team.
Mike Latour, it's always been a pleasure talking to you. Good luck tonight, and
Thanks,
we'll see
sir.
how it all pans out.
Appreciate it.
Mike Latour, the head coach of the Millville High School Thunderbolts. The game just a few minutes away from starting. Glad to have you with us on Quinn Broadcasting Facebook Live, Quinn Broadcasting YouTube, and those of you who are catching us on Channel 22. Ariel and I will be back with the game for you in just a moment, so stay with us. Grab your popcorn, whatever it is you need to grab. Make sure you have it and come right back and watch with us here on Quinn Broadcasting.
Welcome to the exciting world of television broadcasting. Have you ever wanted to be part of the team that creates the magic watched by millions? Would you like to know how it's created? With our intern programs that could lead into a full or part-time position, you can open the door to a lucrative career.
Or perhaps you'd like to be in television sales, making the big commissions and watching your sales come to life on television.
Hi, I'm Ryan Quinn, Chief Operating Officer of Quinn Broadcasting. We're excited to announce the next phase of Quinn Broadcasting and want you to be a part of it. And we're looking for interns, production teams, and salespeople to continue our growth. If you're a videographer, editor, on-screen personality, in sales, or would like to learn, we want to hear from you. We have positions open now. Give us a call at 856-451-2358. Thank you.
It's Thunderbolt basketball on Quinn Broadcasting. Join us now as the Millville Thunderbolts take on their next opponent. And now, here's your commentators for today's game.
Welcome back to the Thunderdome, something I gave a nickname to back in the 90s when Coach Larry Perry used to work here as the head coach of the girls team, and he's the one that kind of gave me the idea. Miss Larry Perry very much. He had 5 years here and had some great players. Melissa Corsi, Jen Denby, and the Slough sisters, Stephanie and Andrea, Renee Springstead. A lot of great players back then, but the tradition continues. The Thunderdome is very much alive this year because of the Millville boys team. They come into this game 18-5, and they're looking for their 19th win. As you heard Mike Latour talk about, last year with the COVID situation, they had a tough season, but they have certainly turned it up this year. And it's been a team effort. He really stressed that it was a team effort so far this year.
Yeah, and that's obviously something that's very important is when you can have contributions from up and down the lineup. I've obviously helped this Millville team get off to such a fast start and, have such good play this season. They had a 6-game winning streak, throughout before they lost the tournament game and then got right back into the winning track in their last 2 games. So they're looking to close out the season. Well, obviously, they know their first-round opponent, as Collingswood does. This game is still important. This is still a scheduled game to play. So obviously they don't want to take, either side doesn't want to take the other one too lightly. As, I kind of talked with earlier in the game with Collingswood head coach Patrick Dorney, is obviously they don't want to overlook this game, despite the fact that both teams know where they stand going in. So this should be a pretty good matchup. And there was a little bit of a connection, as Dorney told me, between him and Latour. I thought that was a little fun to learn. And he said it's more of an admiration than it is a rivalry between the two. So this should be a good game between them.
Well, the fact that they're not conference opponents, they meet sporadically if they have to be scheduled to actually meet. But it is kind of nice to see 2 head coaches who have a mutual respect for each other. Didn't get to ask Coach Latour about it, but he said he's got some surprises coming up after the game that Dorney is unaware of. Just some catching up to do, little things that are going to happen after the game is over. We're going to have quite a big production, as this is our last regular season home game. Rocky Musara, talk about from the past when he ran his Bacon School Floor Hockey League that had the privilege of covering, and he made it an episode. The lights would go down, all sorts of strobes and colors and everything. I think we're going to get a similar introduction to that situation where they're bringing back the Bacon School floor hockey type of atmosphere during the introductions here. So we're looking forward to seeing that. Rocky always puts on quite a show. He's shaking his head right now. He knows he's going to make it spectacular. And again, we have 2 very good teams coming up. Collingswood at 13-11, and just balancing around 500, but nonetheless, they have players, and even Coach Latour knows about Makai Bissett. So he's the one that you're going to be seeing. All right, here we go.
Inside the Thunderdome. Tonight, we welcome the Panthers to Collingswood High School. Prior to tonight's tip-off, on the 20th anniversary of their final season together, we would like to honor the 2001-2002 Sacred Heart Lions. Please welcome back, at guard, 6'1", number 15, Mike Latour! Standing 6'2", number 24, Jason Green. And the head coach of the Sacred Heart Lions, Mr. Pat Dorney. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2001-2002 Sacred Heart Lions. Thank you. At this time, we ask you to please everyone stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
they say you can come home, and that's part of that opening game ceremony. See, I knew it's just some national anthem. National anthem has been played. Now the starting lineup's just about set to get introduced. It's Collingswood versus Millville, the Panthers versus the Thunderbolts, and here we go with the announcements.
Tonight's basketball matchup between Collingswood Panthers and the Millville Thunderbolts. And ladies and gentlemen, your introduction of tonight's starting lineups. For the visitors, the 13-11 Collingswood Panthers. Starting at guard, 6'1" sophomore, number 3, Tomas Money. Starting at guard, a 6'1" sophomore, number 4, Shaq Harmon. Starting at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 22, Ethan Thomas. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 2, Quentin Moss. And starting at guard, a 6'4" senior, number 1, Makai Bassett. The head coach is Pat Gordon.
Well, there you have it, a sight and sound production. Rocky Musara with all the laser lights and whatnot. A very fine introduction for the Millville Thunderbolts as they take on the Collingswood Panthers. The starting lineups include number 1, Makai Bassett. Number 2, Quentin Moss. Number 3 is Tomas Money. Number 4, Shakur Carter, although they called him Shaq, so we may as well call him Shaq. I guess that's the name he prefers. And the other starter, number 22, Ethan Thomas. For Millville, the starting 5 pretty much the same as it's been throughout the season. Number 1, Jabbar Barriento. Number 2, Caleb Bowman. Number 3, Dante Smith. Number 11, Kalan Foster. And number 33, That is Jaden Merrill. First shot of the game is missed, and the rebound cleared by Merrill. So they go to the attack for the first time. Across the timeline, Barriento looking to go right through the traffic, and he makes the basket.
A nice move there inside by Barriento, able to kind of split the Panthers there.
When you see the opening, you seize the opening. That's exactly what Barriento did to get the first basket of the game. Meanwhile, up the front court, Ethan Thomas has it knocked loose by Barriento, but it's procured once again by the Panthers. Ball stays behind. He manages to get through a shot. A lot of contact, no foul call, and back come the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts doing a nice early job here of kind of not letting the Panthers in the middle.
A little too strong on the shot. Bowman with the rebound. Dishes it to Merrill. His shot is short, but that's because he was fouled. So the first foul of the game goes against Collingswood. 61 seconds into the game.
Only about a minute or so into this game, but this already does seem to kind of be a high-paced game between these two teams. Obviously, like we said, who don't see each other necessarily as often as these games are obviously specifically scheduled for them to face off. But looks like we got a fun game ahead of us.
Millville's definitely charging to the front court every time they get a chance to shoot right there at the basket. 1 for 2 is Merrill, and it's a 3-0 early start for the Thunderbolts. Quinton Moss dishes it to the right side. They come back outside to Carter. Nice pass down low. Shot is up and short. Battle for the rebound is taken by Collingswood, putting it back up, doesn't go in. The rebound by Ethan Thomas, and then it's cleared by Millville the other way.
Millville again having, plenty of guys there for the rebound, kind of outnumbering the Panthers, maybe about 3 or 4 to 1 there.
Foster off the side of the basket. Rebound taken by Money. .6:15 left in this opening quarter. A 3-0 early start for Millville. Pass to the key man there, Bissett. Oh, nice read by Barriento. He's got a breakaway chance, and he lays it up and in. Great read of the pass by Barriento for the easy lay-in.
Unsurprisingly, Barriento has really had a lot to do with this early Thunderbolt lead. He's been all over the ball.
He's got 4 of the 5 points as well. 5-0 start for Millville. Bissett looking for some maneuverability off the glass is short. Rebounded and blocked and taken away by Merrill. He said, Money, you're not going to cash that in. Yes, I know, that's bad. A block and a steal. Great job by Merrill to do that. Meanwhile, Merrill at the other end gets the shot up. He's fouled, and again he'll go to the line. There's that play by Barriento. Just a fine read and an easy kiss off the glass. .520 showing on the first quarter clock. Millville with the only points of the game, looking to make it 7. With 2 free throws, they make it 6 with that one. Merrill will try to make it 2 for 2. And he does. A 7-0 start for the Thunderbolts. Quinton Moss gets by, dishes it to the left side. He'll play some circling around as Bissett stops, pops, its shot is short. Barriento will clear the board.
Collingswood just really unable to get anything going. They're almost one and done at the basket every time.
That was a great pass down low. Merrill can't convert it. Rebound taken by Bissett. Open jumper is in and out. Rebounded by Foster this time.
Panthers got the exact shot they wanted there. Had an open man there. Moss had the perfect shot, just couldn't get it to lay in.
Barriento to Bowman. He hands off to Foster. Perimeter play right now by the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they're not necessarily any hurry. I say as the shot goes up, of course, is they've got this early lead here. Not really any particular hurry to give the ball back.
Drive to the basket. This one is good. Good move by Quinton Moss to get Collingswood on the scoreboard. Just about halfway through the opening quarter, 7-2, Thunderbolts with the lead. Dribbling left side is Smith. Hands off to Foster, pops it up. That's going to be short. Rebound is claimed by Barriento.
No real hurry there from the Panthers to get that rebound. Almost kind of came exactly down.
Yep. They didn't go after, and that's why Barriento was able to collect it. Jabbar with the dribble, hands off. Bowman drives to his right, off the glass is short. There's Merrill with one of those putbacks.
Merrill in a place he's been since the beginning of this game, making sure to get those key rebounds.
9-2, Thunderbolts with the advantage.
This is exactly how Millville, I'm sure, wanted to start this game. Kind of not really letting Collingswood make anything happen down on their end.
Moss looking to do something, a foul before any shot. It'll be a foul against Millville. Here's the work underneath. There's Merrill just doing what he does best, cleaning up and depositing the basketball.
If I saw correctly, it looked like they might have gotten Quinton Moss for a hold. I believe I heard the ref say number 2.
Panthers get the ball in down low. Before the shot, another foul.
It looks like we had a couple of Millville players check into this game. Number 0, Kevin Rivera, as well as number 5, Raquan Ford, get their first look in this game.
That play right along the baseline. Moss finishing it with the basket. 2 quick fouls on Kalen Bowman. Shot missing. Bowman boxes out nicely to get that rebound. Merrill switches it out. And Raquan Ford now in the game, number 5, with the dribble. Ford hands off. Shot is up by Smith. Oh, he almost banked it in off the glass. The rebound taken by number 3, Tomas Money.
Almost just a little bit too much on that shot.
Moss across the top of the key, finds part of the lane. Loose ball is taken, and Rivera had it for a moment, but sliding around the feet off the floor, they're going to call traveling most of the time. So Collingswood will still have possession.
Millville making another quick substitution here. Number 12, Terrence Todd checking in.
Mike Latour looking to keep some fresh troops on the floor. They pass it out deep. Shaq Carter with the dribble, hands off to Quinton Moss.
Something I've kind of noticed early on in this game, and obviously it makes a lot of sense.
Again, a good read of the play. Rivera tried to take it in, and he does. Another steal and layup for Millville.
And almost kind of perfect timing going into what I'm saying is obviously Bassett's a very key part of this offense for Collingswood. They're almost double teaming him every time, kind of forcing the Panthers to go the other way, which may have played a part in that steal attempt there.
Moss has been the guy that's been carrying most of the ball load, and now a whistle. That's going to be on Rivera. Got a lot of the ball, but he got some of the body. Here's that play again. Rivera finding it and depositing it in the basket.
Yeah, this is probably something we'll see pretty much all night is keeping a lot of contact there on Bassett. They don't want him to have any effect in this game, if at all possible.
Trying to inbound the ball. Again, they go all the way down. And now almost losing it is Shaq Carter.
Millville doing a really good job there on the inbounds, almost kind of forcing him to throw it all the way down the court, and they're going to make him come all the way up.
Quinton Moss thought about a 3, dishes it back outside. 1:30 to go here in this first quarter. Millville's defense almost creating a turnover there as the ball almost wound up in the backcourt. But a good job by Bassett to save it, shoot it, and it's short. Comes all the way out. Moss had it for a moment. Now the battle for the ball, it goes out of bounds, and who's going to control it? It's going to be Collingswood.
Really good effort there, though, by Millville, especially looked like number 12 there, Terrence Todd. There's been really a lot of energy since coming into this game, kind of diving all over, trying to keep the ball in Millville's hands.
Yep. Good hustle on the floor there. Collingswood does wind up with it, however, as we hit the minute mark of this first quarter. A good one so far for the Thunderbolts. And now another steal? Not quite. It won't go as a steal, but a good defensive play by Kevin Rivera. And he is making Mike Latour look like a genius substituter.
And you can see the frustration on Collingswood's face as we tick down to less than a minute here. Millville's had almost complete control of this game, not allowing Collingswood to make anything happen, and they're definitely frustrating the Panthers.
Well, as we saw against Pleasantville, Millville's coming out with a intense purpose to really play good defense that sets up the offense. That's how they have this lead. Meanwhile, Bassett goes to the hole, and he will go to the line as a result as he draws the foul. That one's on Rivera.
They're not going to make anything easy for Bassett this afternoon, or evening, I guess I should say. Going to make him earn his shots here.
2 free throws coming up. First one is a swish by Mekhi Bassett. He'll try to make it 2 for 2. It's 11-3 right now. Look to add that 4th point on the Collingswood side, and he connects. Final 45 seconds of period 1 in session. Raekwon Ford passes to Rivera and gets a return, zips it to the left side, and they'll play catch around the outside perimeter.
Yeah, Millville look like trying to just slow things down. They got about 30 seconds here. I imagine they'll try to run this out. In no particular hurry here.
And the Panthers staying in a bit of a zone defense, which helps the Millville cause in that, trying to get the clock down to about 10 seconds before they move in. And here we are, 10 seconds to go. Ford directing some traffic. Down to 5. Barriento, they got to get a shot up. A really long shot off the rim. So they went for that last shot. It does not connect, but Millville with a very good opening quarter. After one period, it's Millville 11, Collingswood 4. The Millville Thunderbolt cheerleaders take the floor, and we'll let them do a little routine for us. Quarter 11-4. Checking in to our Facebook Live folks. My good man Jim Parent is watching. Glad to have you with us, Jimmy. Thank you for the good luck wishes. Judy Brown, she's a fan of Doug Dowdy apparently. She's wishing number 23 success tonight. Tony Serace, glad to have you with us. Steve Earle, all glad that you are watching us on Quinn Broadcasting Facebook Live. We're on YouTube Live and, of course, on Channel 22. Meanwhile, Merrill zips it back out for Barriento. A little long on the shot and goes up and off the backboard, out of bounds. Collingswood takes possession. Quinton Moss across the timeline. Looks over the setup again. Strong defense, this time by Merrill. He tries to go coast to coast. And not only that, he says, I'm going to put it home. He made sure of that shot.
Jaden Merrill's had a huge impact on this game all over the court. And unsurprising there, went for the slam dunk.
When you feel it, you do it. And he certainly did that time. Meanwhile, the other way doesn't go. Good drive to the basket by Moss, rebounded by Merrill.
I would say unsurprisingly, Merrill underneath the basket, of course.
Long range three is off the mark. Rebounded underneath, taken by number 4. That is Shaq Carter. Quickly up court, pass down low, moving to the basket. Carter makes it count. Shakur Carter with the basket.
Collingswood looking to kind of get Millville out of sorts there with the quick pass down court. Millville was able to get back, but Collingswood still able to get the basket there.
And Collingswood might have to change their offensive approach and try to get some quick shots. Meanwhile, Barriento delivers. Jabbar now with 6 points.
Certainly not afraid to give it a look if he sees one.
He's got a good touch. When he's hot, he is hot, as they say. He's got 6 so far. Basketball in the hands of their key player, Mekhi Bassett. Passes it across to Ethan Thomas. Thomas looking for somewhere to go with it. Hands it off to Tomas Money.
Again, Millville really making sure to not let Bassett see any space, and you can tell the Panthers are trying to quickly figure out what to do about that.
They get a 5-second violation, so good, strong man-to-man D, and the Bolts create a turnover. There's that dunk. How do you like me now, as Toby Keith would say? Man, authority right there.
Coach Latoy here, ending just a little bit more, giving some of his starters a little bit of a breather there. Looks like we have number 23, Doug Dowdy, into the game.
And he's got a fan watching, so Doug's on the floor right now. Barriento pops it and skims in and out. Rebounded by Bassett. Collingswood trying a fast break opportunity. A good job of laying it up and in. Quinton Moss with the basket. 5.5 minutes to go. Second quarter, 15-8. Thunderbolts ahead by 7. Barriento sends it back outside. Smith gets it to go, and a 3-point play possibility. Dante Smith just charging right into the basket. Here's the move. He got it to go. He'll take a kind roll anytime.
Millville hasn't been afraid to kind of initiate that contact down the middle. They've really taken a lot of shots down there.
And the 3-point play is successful. Dante Smith, with his first 3 points of the game, creates a 10-point lead. Quinton Moss passing it to Money. Carter. Bassett doesn't get it to go. Good tap of the rebound, however, by Money to collect it. Shot is no good. And the rebound underneath again, they miss. They had 3 chances. They couldn't put it home. Now the ball is lost, and I think it's going to go Collingswood's way.
And Merrill looked like he kind of ran out of room there towards the end. Looked like he was kind of going to try for the shot. Went for that pass, but he was kind of too late there. But a really strong opportunity down there for Collingswood, just unable to get the ball to roll.
Yeah, they had 3 shots, and they couldn't put one in. Quinton Moss. Glad to have all of you watching on Quinn Broadcasting Facebook Live. Garrett Suey, glad to have you along with us. And now we have an errant pass by Quinton Moss. Turnover, Collingswood.
Again, you can see the clear frustration on the face of the Panthers here, especially on Bassett, who obviously is a key part of this offense. I talked a little bit with the head coach earlier about how important Bassett is to this team, and you can really see how much Millville has keyed in on the fact that that offense typically runs through him.
Ball is out to Smith, looks to drive, dishes it outside. Foster swings it out to Barriento. Just over 4 minutes, halfway through the second quarter, 18-8 Millville. And Mike Latour wants to talk things over with his team, so he takes a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 4:01 showing on the clock. 18-8 Millville leads. We'll be back in a moment.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
And now, back to the game.
Good start for the home team. The Bolts leading 18-8. Want to welcome in Jessica Orner. She's watching along with Thomas Smith. We mentioned Judy Brown, Steve Earle, and the others. So glad you're tuning in, and hopefully you're enjoying the way the Bolts are attacking things, leading by 10 halfway through the second quarter. Millville with possession. Dowdy zips it back out. Momentary bobble by Barriento, but no problem. He still sinks the three.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an errant pass, kind of in the feet of Barriento, but didn't phase him one bit, and he's able to put up the shot.
Poised under pressure. Get it done. Moss hands off the basket, gets a return feed. He drives, goes baseline, hit the bottom of the basket, and still wind up with the basketball.
May have been deflected there by Dante Smith. Looks like he got a hand on it.
So Collingswood will try to reset. Another drive to the basket, and he gets a kind roll. That is number 4, Shaq Carter, driving and connecting.
Yeah, those are the kind of bounces that the Panthers really haven't gotten all game. See if that sparks them a little.
Stopping, popping, it skims off the rim, and Carter collects the rebound for the Panthers. 3 minutes to go in the first half. 21-10, Millville with the advantage. Again, Barriento trying to get a turnover, but he forced the issue just enough to create a turnover. Here's Barriento just collecting himself and finding the bottom of the basket for 3.
Yeah, he was able to get Bassett tried to get away from the contact there, just got the foot out of bounds for the turnover.
Foster connects for 3. (24-10). 2.5 to go before the break.
Millville really starting to pull away in this first half.
Thomas, nice pass to the post. Great look and finding of Shakur Carter. He's got 6 points in this quarter alone. Trying to keep Collingswood in the game, and that one's going to go through the hands and out of bounds.
That look there by Carter, kind of what they've been trying to get all game is trying to get into that Millville defense. Millville's done a really good job around the basket and around the perimeter area, especially too, kind of forcing them to try and find plays.
It was a good set play by Foster to get the three-pointer. He set himself nicely. Good balanced shot. Found the bottom of the basket from 3 land. Collingswood on the outside here. Quinton Moss almost loses, gives up the dribble, so he has to pass it away and get a return. Good tight defense by Dante Smith. Millville's defense in the last few games has been very tight, forcing things like that right there. Barriento, fast break opportunity, does not get the lay-in. And Thomas quickly up court. Oh, nice stretch back. Tomas Money with the basket after Thomas collected it, and they got it up court quickly. Dowdy loses the ball. Moss says thank you. Deposits it off the glass, rebounded, no good. Some tough shooting for Collingswood. They can't find that bottom of the basket, and there's Thomas leading to that fast break. Bassett with a great pass and an easy basket. Good stretch back by Tomas Money.
Now, Millville did originally get the last rebound there, but looks like they caught a over and back on Millville, so it'll stay with Collingswood.
Quinton Moss trying to go through, had it partially blocked. It still goes in. He draws the foul. That'll light up the Panthers a little bit. Quinton Moss right there with the move. And even though Smith got the block, Quinton Moss was not to be denied. He draws the foul, and he's got a chance at a three-point play here.
The Panthers starting to get a little energy in their game here, last couple of minutes.
The foul shot is not good, and Todd collects the rebound for the Thunderbolts. Final minute of the second quarter in session now as the Millville Thunderbolts trying to add to that 8-point advantage before the break. Barriento finds Smith, Smith goes through the lane, puts the shot up, and it skims in.
A nice move there down the middle. Looked like he was going to pull up for the three there, but saw an opening in the defense, had a nice move to the basket.
The lead is back to 10, 26-16. Final 30 seconds on the clock.
We'll see if Collingswood likely holds on to the ball for the next, say, about 15 seconds or so before they start to look for a shot.
Almost lost it, and Bassett somehow manages to control it, take it in for a chance at 2 shots from the free throw line. Here's the play by Smith. Good deke, right on through, and he banks it in, actually slid it in off the front rim. Meanwhile, Mekhi Bassett will shoot 2 free throws here.
A nice effort there by number 23, Doug Dowdy. Obviously giving up a lot of size there to Bassett, but he wasn't afraid to try and get the block.
First shot does not drop.
And I think a little unsurprisingly here, we see Merrill come back into the game, especially for the second shot.
Makes the second one.
It's like Bassett's going to get a little bit of a break here with 16 seconds left. He'll be probably ready to go after the half.
Millville looking to get it into the front court quickly. They're down to 10 seconds. Good pass to Merrill. Puts it up, and it's stolen. Now a chance. They get a shot here. Moss has it blocked. Again, another block by Dante Smith, who's done that to him back-to-back times. But we're at the halftime break. There's the steal by number 0, Marcus Benson. Led to a chance here, but Smith got all ball there and made sure that Collingswood did not end the quarter with a basket. We're at the halftime break. Millville 26, Collingswood 17. The cheerleaders set to do their routine, and we'll have some intermission activity after that.
At Complete Care, we are patients serving patients. I choose to bring myself and my children to Complete Care because we are a one-stop shop. We use dental, we use medical. I feel as though the quality of care here is great. I love working here. I feel great to work at a place that serves the community. There's a lot of people in need. To me, patients serving patients means we've been in your shoes. We know what great care means to us, and we want to provide that for you.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
I'm Bart Feldman, and this is TNF Camera. We are a full-line photographic studio and camera store. We invite you to come in and take a look at the products and services that we provide, from youth sports, high school sports, school pictures, and a wealth of photographic equipment. The advantages of coming to a store is you have the ability to talk to people and see exactly what you want to purchase beforehand. It's TNF Camera, 1362 South Delsey Drive here in Vineland.
Have you ever wanted to make the big money? Have you ever wanted to drive the big construction equipment? Here's your chance to go to school, learn the big machines, and start a new career. MCITC is a heavy equipment operator training school that offers you the opportunity to learn to use the big machines and start earning the big benefits. Don't hesitate. Call today 856-825-6655. That's 856-825-6655. Or visit our website at mcitcnj.com.
Welcome to the exciting world of television broadcasting. Have you ever wanted to be part of the team that creates the magic watched by millions? Would you like to know how it's created? With our intern programs that could lead into a full or part-time position, you can open the door to a lucrative career.
Or perhaps you'd like to be in television sales, making the big commissions and watching your sales come to life on television.
Hi, I'm Ryan Quinn, Chief Operating Officer of Quinn Broadcasting. We're excited to announce the next phase of Quinn Broadcasting and want you to be a part of it. And we're looking for interns, production teams, and salespeople to continue our growth. If you're a videographer, editor, on-screen personality, in sales, or would like to learn, we want to hear from you. We have positions open now. Give us a call at 856-451-2358. Thank you.
It's Thunderbolt basketball on Quinn Broadcasting. Join us now as the Millville Thunderbolts take on their next opponent. And now, here's your commentators for today's game.
We are back at the Thunderdome at Millville High School, the final regular season game for the Millville Thunderbolts. They have some state tournament games, at least one, coming up on Monday when they take on Williamstown right here at Millville High School. But for this game so far, again, a good start to Millville. And I think what Mike Latour has found is that if he gets his team playing some good man-to-man tight defense early on, it leads to fast break opportunities. And the Thunderbolts, for the most part, have been able to capitalize on them. A couple of good steals that led to breakaway layups. So a good first half by Millville so far.
Yeah, and that defensive coverage especially has really kind of forced Collingswood to try and find other options. It's been really hard to go through the man they really want to, so they've kind of forced Collingswood to go the other way. But as you mentioned, that defense really coming in handy, especially we've seen Jaden Merrill really kind of, per usual, step up there on the defensive end and get a couple of breaks for his team. But they're really, really, as I mentioned, frustrating Mekhi Bassett. As you can just see it on his face that he's unable to get the shots. He won just 3 points in the first half for him. Seems maybe a little bit unusual for him.
He hasn't seen the ball much. Like you said, they've been cutting off any passing lanes to him. It's been Quinton Moss who's carried the load of the ball handling, and he's got 6 points as well. He's the one that's leading the way for the Panthers. You see right there, Quinton Moss with 6. Shaq Carter, he's got 6 points. So those are the two key scorers. We have the 3 points for Bassett and just 2 for Money for the total of 17 right now. So they only had 4 points in that first quarter. They picked it up and got 9 in the second quarter, but nonetheless, Millville's doing a great job defensively, and they're looking to continue that throughout the second half. Meanwhile, Millville, again, good balanced scoring, as you can see right there, led by Jabbar Barriento. He's got 9 points, helping himself out for some breakaway layups on some steals, and he hit 1 3-pointer as well. 7 points for Jaden Merrill. Had 3 for 4 shooting is from the foul line, which is something important for Millville. They've had some struggles throughout the season with their free throw shooting, but Merrill is 3 for 4, and a foul shot was made by Dante Smith. So from the line, they're 4 for 5, which is pretty good based on what we've seen. So Barriento with 9, Merrill with 7. Dante Smith has 5, all 5 of those points coming in the second quarter, and a 3-point basket made by Kalon Foster for the total of 26 that Millville has. 2 points off the bench by Kevin Rivera. He stepped in and also made his presence known as well. So Kevin Rivera doing some good things.
Yeah, he really kind of was all over the court once he came in. Brought a lot of energy. The guys that came in the bench, I think everybody had some pretty good effort. Todd Dowdy really came in and had a lot of effort there, a lot of energy coming off the benches. Obviously, Millville seems like Latour wants to kind of get all of his guys in and keep all of his guys fresh for this one. But they've done a really strong effort being able to create those opportunities. You said talk about those turnovers and those fast breaks down the court. Really kind of stifling that Panthers offense, not letting them get in the middle a lot. They're trying to keep them on the perimeter and kind of force them to go other options than maybe they want to. So we saw Quentin Moss really taking kind of advantage. Carter as well, getting in on the offenses. We'll see how Bassett comes out in this second half. See if Millville's able to kind of keep him down again. I talked with Coach Dorney a little bit about Bassett and what he's meant to this program, and I kind of want to bring up something that he mentioned. Obviously, it hasn't been easy for Bassett throughout these last couple years, and this team he actually told me that Bassett had to be taken off the team sophomore year. Didn't quite know the reasoning for that, but obviously a frustrating situation, I'm sure, for him. And then last season wasn't as easy as well. I think he was limited to a couple games, obviously with the COVID shortened season there, but he's really stepped up this season. Got his 1,000th point a couple games ago, and he said he's been able to do that in about 60-some games, which a very impressive stat. I thought that was pretty good. So he really means something to this Panthers offense. He is a senior, so this will be his last go-around in the regular season before they head to the playoffs. So he really, truly means a lot to this offense. But Millville doing a strong end. They clearly did look at the tape here on Bassett as they've almost double-teamed him pretty much every time he's been on the court. We'll see if they're able to keep that up in the second half.
Well, of course, Collingswood just basically they have to make some kind of adjustment, get him more looks. They definitely want to get the ball in his hands because he can power his way to the basket, and they're going to need that kind of production during the second half if they're going to come back from 9 points down at the half. Want to make mention again, those of you who are watching on Quinn Broadcasting Facebook Live, we love doing these games for you. We got a lot of positive commentary. We want to mention some of the people who are watching. Shamar Collins is watching. Glad to have you with us. Tanya Green, hello. How you doing? Sean Four. Again, glad to have you all with us. We mentioned Judy Brown. Some of these names, of course, I might not get correct. Like we have Barry Weinacher. We're going to guess at that one. Winokur. All right, so we tried 3 different ways to say it. All right, Charlie Cates. There's a man who I remember from his coaching days at Bridgeton, and of course, I played basketball in this area also. Great to have Charlie Cates aboard. Xander Smith also watching. Darren Stalling, Corey Levin, Wayne Lloyd, Larry Jones. We love having each and every one of you here. Orlando Gonzalez is with us. Kevin Miller. All right, here we go. Dominica Minka Bleistein. I try to say it any which way I can, but we're glad that you're here, Dominica. Glad to have you with us. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and, of course, Channel 22 is where we are located for all these great high school basketball games that you've been seeing throughout the season. Second half underway. A 9-point advantage for the Thunderbolts as we start. Moss trying to go up, lays it up, no good. Merrill collects the rebound. It's knocked out of his hands, and it's going to belong to Collingswood.
Merrill again doing a nice job getting to the rebound, but Collingswood all over him right there, forces him to let the ball out of bounds.
Some tough shooting continues. Moss had a nice underhand layup. It just wouldn't go in. Here's Bassett trying to force his way through. Off the glass and rim, no good. Batted out of bounds. And again, it's batted out by Millville. So the Panthers getting some extended possession time. Just 20 seconds into the quarter. Well, we'll get the ball in play sooner or later. Here we go. Bassett will be handling the inbounds play. And this time it's going to be intercepted. Smith looking to go right on in, shoots it and scores it. Well, you can't get an easier play than that. Dante Smith playing center field perfectly, and he gets 2 points as his reward. Looking to drive through, and the ball is tapped just enough for Merrill to steal it. Thunderbolts again quickly. Batted loose from behind. Good defensive play by Collingswood. Again, just this is easy pickings for Smith as he puts it up and in. Millville inbounds the ball. Foster to Smith and back out. Smith will put it in Foster's hands. Barriento likes the shot that he takes off the back rim. High rebound, loose, taken by Foster. They'll shoot it up again. That one's in and out. Good rebound underneath by Barriento twice, and it wouldn't go. So Millville now suffering from the lack of ball going home.
Millville did a really good job there getting to the rebounds, but he had about 3 or 4 chances there, just couldn't get it to go, and the Panthers take advantage.
Carter puts that shot in off the rebound. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Barriento quickly passing, open shot off the back rim, and good boxing out by Ethan Thomas collects the ball for the Panthers.
A little bit of a role reversal here as the Panthers have been able to get a couple shots to go. Millville not so much.
Moss with the dribble, hands off to Bassett. He just tees up a 3 and swishes it.
Couldn't make that look any easier.
Very casual about it, too. It just, let me try this, and it went right through. Good shot by Kai Bassett for 3. Foul is called. Just step back, very casually, just put it up and in. Nothing to it.
It's all about confidence right there. Hasn't been fazed by the early play.
So Millville will inbound it along the side. Barriento not quite getting it to Smith, but Smith comes back to get it.
Looks like Smith kind of backed up a little bit more than he thought.
Bowman into the middle. Merrill trying to drive through, has his shot blocked. It goes out of bounds. It remains Millville possession. Six-point advantage for the Thunderbolts. Alley-oop play, Merrill off the glass, it rolls out. Great setup, but it just didn't finish, and Thomas again with a rebound for the Panthers, and now Bassett's trying to make a move, and he scores it.
It's not what Millville wanted to see. Bassett's starting to feel it now.
Yep, 5 points in this quarter is exactly what the Panthers need to have for him to warm up to the task, and here's that alley-oop play. It looked perfect. Merrill just did not get the kind round, and it led to the break the other way. Thomas with a good rebound. Coast-to-coast finish by Bassett to put the shot in. You give him that kind of operating space, you can see what he can do. So Millville calls the timeout to talk things over. Once again, we're glad to have you with us on all the avenues that we present the games. Quinn Broadcasting, Facebook Live, on YouTube, and on Channel 22. Taryn Silverman, glad to see you aboard. Once again, if you like the program, just hit the like button as well. Feel free to comment. Other people that are involved, Cassandra Burnett is with us. JJ, just simply JJ. He says, you got this game, Bolts. Kevin Miller. So again, glad to have all of you with us as we present the regular season finale for the Millville Thunderbolts. They have some state tournament action to deal with starting on Monday. So the Thunderbolts talk over their strategy. We'll see how they come out. They don't want to see too much going Collingswood's way, and Bassett warming up to the task. He has helped Collingswood cut this lead down to 4. Foster goes back outside. Smith to Barriento. Dante looking to drive through. Alley-ooping in. It gets the basket and a chance at a three-point play. Taking things into his own hands. A good pass there by Barriento. Weaving through the traffic, the trees, and gets the nice kiss off the glass finishing with the basket and a free throw.
Yeah, really strong move there to the basket. Getting through the contact there by Bassett as he tried to smack the ball out.
And
nice
he does
play there.
finish the three-point play. Oh, nice tip. Didn't quite get all of it. Smith doing a great job, but Millville does wind up with it. Good lead pass. He tried to dunk it, and Bassett said not this time. Bassett comes back the other way. He loses the ball. The fast pace pricking up quickly. Barriento, he loses the ball.
And Jaden Merrill there, a little slow to get up. Looks like he may have taken a hand towards the face there by Bassett. He's still kind of feeling it.
Thomas in his feet, and we'll get a jump ball call or a foul.
Yeah,
it is a foul.
Something clearly bothering Merrill right now. He keeps holding that one right eye. May have gotten a hand up there.
Yeah,
Looks like he's going to take a seat for now and try and get everything situated.
The ball was a hot potato for a good minute there, and anything could happen. Merrill, of course, will try to take that off. He'll go to the sideline just to try to catch a breather and get back to some sense of normalcy. Meanwhile, Bassett doesn't get it to go. It's batted out, but controlled by Carter. Shot is up, and that's short. Whistle, and what do we have? If that's a foul on Bassett, I believe that'll be his fourth.
Looks like it might be on him. He's going down the court a little frustrated here.
There's what happened to Merrill right there. He did get it in the eye, trying to get that rebound. That is 4 fouls now on Mekhi Bassett. Not good news for Collingswood.
I have a feeling we might see Bassett take a seat here, and that's exactly what Dorney seems to do here. He's going to get a star out of there before he causes any more trouble.
Too much time left, 4:15 to go in this third quarter. He's got 4 fouls. The star player cannot get into foul trouble like that, and he is in that.
I have to think Bassett's going to be on the bench for just a little bit to calm down here.
Foster tickles the twine right there with a nice soft touch halfway through this third quarter.
See if Millville's able to take advantage of Bassett on the bench here. He was really starting to heat up.
Well, the lead was 4 not that long ago. It's now up to 9. 5 unanswered points by the Thunderbolts. And now a nice steal. That's Smith trying to go in, and he does. Dante Smith making his presence felt tonight. 7 points in the quarter, 12 for the game.
When it's your night, it's your night.
The lead is 11 now. Marcus Benson with the dribble. Again, good man-to-man defense. Almost created another turnover. Smith went for it, didn't get it that time. Shot is up and a swish. Quentin Moss with that basket. Bowman quickly up court. Barriento, nice job of just collecting, make sure that Millville gets a chance to set up its offense.
Yeah, Millville looked like it was trying to go for the quick break there, but brings it back out to the perimeter just to slow things down just a tad.
Smith hands off. Foster whistled before the shot. He is guilty of something there, I guess. Here's
Not
the play
sure.
by Collingswood here. There's the steal, and Dante Smith taking it the distance.
Looks like a foul they called on. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Didn't get quite a good view on it.
The foul is on Kevin Rivera according to the scoreboard. That's his third. Meanwhile, Quentin Moss hands off to Money, who in turn finds Carter. Check that. That's Benson, number 0. Thomas passes left side, and we're going to get a foul before the shot. Barriento got a little too physical that time.
It looks like we should have Merrill coming back in shortly.
Yeah, he checks in along with Terrence Todd. (35-26), Millville with the lead. Collingswood with the ball. Moss looking to get it inbounded. Thomas gets it off the glass. First points by Ethan Thomas.
Some nice work down low for Thomas.
Dante Smith, as we approach the 2-minute mark left in this third quarter. Smith again tries to drive through a little hard off the glass that time, and we're going to get a jump ball. The possession arrow is not lit, so the scorekeeper tells us it's going to go Millville's way. There's that shot by Thomas to make it count. Ethan Thomas with his first points. Doss nearly got a steal.
Millville a little lucky there. That went off the ref before going out of bounds. Might have gone the other way. Ref tried to get out of the way there. Nice effort.
Sometimes the ball just finds you. Kalun Foster hands off to Dante Smith. Millville slowing things down just a little bit. 7-point advantage as we are at a minute 30. Foster, that shot might have been partially blocked and now taken on the rebound by Carter. Ball goes out of bounds off Millville, so it's still Panther possession.
Nice effort there by Smith to deflect the ball away. Collingswood looked like it was trying to come down quick, get a three-pointer maybe.
Still very much within their reach. It's a 7-point game. They've made a couple of surges here. Millville's found an answer.
It's like Raquan, if I can get my words out, Raquan Ford checking in for Millville. If I can spit the name out there.
Sometimes that happens to us. Quentin Moss. He'll play catch with Benson. Trying to get away from Ford. Money dribbles left side. Good man-to-man D by Barriento. Quentin Moss looking for somewhere to go. He's cut off. Again, Millville just sealing up all the lanes that they're trying to find. That ball was tipped out by Barriento. Millville's just not allowing penetration.
And Millville's doing a really good job of that perimeter zone defense, making sure not to create too much contact with the hands, but not allowing Collingswood to get in the middle at all.
Barriento making that play. Now he looks to make another one. But the ball still in control of Collingswood. Moss pulls it back out in the final 30 of the third. Moss trying to go in. It's going to belong to Collingswood. Although Moss left his feet, didn't get a shot off. Not sure why that wasn't traveling, but we won't go there too long.
A nice effort, though, by Ford on the defensive end.
20 seconds. Panthers looking for one shot here, trying to get that lead down from 7 to maybe 5 or 4.
They're going to have to hurry things up a little bit. Millville doing a really nice job of keeping them far outside.
Moss dishes it outside. Ball is loose for a moment. Coming out with it, and it's a little long on the shot as number 3, Tomas Money, did get a possible three-pointer off, but it does not connect. We're at the end of the third quarter. Millville still with a reasonably comfortable lead, 35-28. Cheerleaders on the floor, and Millville looking to get their 19th win. Fourth quarter just about set to go. Want to make mention of those watching. Glad to have you all with us. We mentioned Lori Latour, Thomas Smith, Dior Ashley. Glad to have you with us, along with Joey Pavlo and Taryn Silverman. I think we mentioned Cassandra Burnett before, so glad to have all of you with us. And while we have a minute, I just want to acknowledge something that happened the other day. Of course, we had the moment where Sam Parisi nailed his first basket of his career, and it was a three-pointer. I'm assuming his dad came to me at halftime and thanked me for capturing that moment. We're very glad to be able to do that. That's why we're here. Quinn Broadcasting very much in tune with the sports scene here in the Millville area, and we're glad that we are able to catch moments like that. So thank you for that mention, and congratulations once again to Sam Parisi, who had one of the finest celebrations of a basket I'll ever see. All right, back to action we go. Collingswood with the basketball to start the quarter.
And something pretty important to know, on the bench here, we still got Bassett on the bench.
Well, he's got that 4 fouls, so you want to bring him in as early as possible, but you don't want to see him foul out of the game too early. So a very fine line walked against Smith. He's had one of those kind of games where he just reads the defense and makes the perfect play. Another steal and layup.
Looked like a little confusion there on who was going to get back to at least try and cover. Quentin Moss started to go, and then Money kind of came in at the end there, but just unable to affect the shot. Dante Smith, really a strong effort.
The lead is now back up to 9. Benson hands off. Tomas Money. Money looking to create a space, and that should be goaltending, yep. So Money will get credit for the basket.
Merrill just got a little too much of his hand over the basket there. Nice effort, but fortunately you can't do that.
So the goaltending call goes against Millville, and it's now 37-30. Collingswood with a steal, chance at a fast break, and a nice touch off the glass. Marcus Benson, he also draws the foul.
Millville with a little bit of sloppy play there as Panthers look to be cutting this lead down just a bit, not the start that Millville wanted this fourth quarter.
There's the move to the basket by Benson. The foul, I believe, will be on Dante Smith. It's first personal, so not much anything, no trouble there for Smith. 3-point play is successful.
So we'll have a couple new looks here for Millville. Number 11, Kaylin Foster, checking into the game, as well as, I believe, was that number 2, Kaylin Bowman coming back in?
Yes, sir. Bowman's back in. Millville, the lead now down to 4. And too hot a pass. Pass a little too hot, goes out of bounds.
Looks like Ford was trying to go for the no-look pass there. Didn't quite see where Merrill was.
So the Panthers with a chance here to get within the basket.
I have to imagine that Coach Dorney's pretty happy with his team without Bassett on the court, that they've been able to cut this lead down to almost a single possession.
Thomas has to pass it off since he gave up the dribble. He finds Money. Back to Thomas. Looking to spin his way through.
Looks like he may have taken an extra step there, but Collingswood does keep possession.
And now a 3-point delivery from Quentin Moss. He's been a key player for the Panthers, and that makes it a 1-point game. 5:50 left. Merrill loses the ball. And now Collingswood with a chance to grab the lead. Good save of the play, and Moss connects for 3.
And a pretty, I'd say, easy decision here for Coach Latour to kind of give his guys a little breather and kind of talk through some strategies. Collingswood coming out very aggressive in this fourth quarter. Millville almost kind of sitting back a little bit and almost kind of letting them.
Boy, hate to think that the problem is that the fact is they don't have to worry about Bassett so much, and I don't want to say they're bringing down their play a little bit, but psychologically it may affect them, and the other guys, the 5 guys who are on the floor for the Panthers, are making things happen.
Yeah, Quinn Moss has really stepped up his effort in this one, as well as Carter. They've really kind of taken to the attack with Bassett off the court. And Bassett obviously heated up there in the third quarter, but did have to come out because of his foul trouble. We'll see if he does come in after the break, as Collingswood has cut this down to a 1-point game. This probably would be the time for Bassett to come back, but we'll see what Coach Dorney's thinking.
We're about halfway through this fourth quarter. Here's again the 3-point basket that makes it a 1-point game, and good look by Quentin Moss to deliver the 3. Collingswood will have possession, so a chance to lead. with this possession. It would be their first lead of the game if they can manage it. They were down 5 or 7-0 early, if I remember correctly, and have battled their way back to a 1-point game now.
And Bassett is going to stay on the bench for now. I was like we said, Moss really kind of taking advantage of this. And I guess Coach Joy's thinking, why mess with a good thing while it's working?
Well, it's 5:45 still to go in the game, so they'll probably come in with about 4 or 3 minutes left, depending upon how things flow here. Millville's defense trying to come to the cause here. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Collingswood. That is the early indication. We're going to confer.
Looks like it may have kicked off the leg at Merrill at the end there. I think that's what they're thinking here.
Bottom line is that Collingswood has the ball. The cheerleaders trying to switch the momentum up a little bit. Quentin Moss gets around Ford.
Ford, a really nice effort here.
And Millville applying a rather tight defensive maneuvering here.
Kind of going back to some of that earlier play they had, trying to keep Collingswood to the outside here.
Once again, Collingswood with a chance to lead for the first time during this possession. Carter, hands off. Moss at the point guard position really has control of the game for his offensive squad.
Moss there tried to cut it deep, looked like he wanted the basket down low. Millville doing a good
Money
job.
shoots it short. Had that gone in, Collingswood would have exploded. They have a few fans here.
Millville looking to get a lot more control back in this game. It's kind of been all Collingswood in this fourth quarter.
They have outscored Millville 8-2 to climb back into this game. Ford swings it to Smith. Foster along the left side, alley-oops to Smith.
I'm glad they tried to catch the Collings defense off guard there. Little no-look pass.
Foster spins away, hands off to Smith. Ball is loose, and a jump ball is called. Scorer's table saying Millville possession.
And just like that, we do have Bassett checking back to the game.
Yep, right about halfway through the quarter, yep. 4:04 showing on the clock.
You got to think, though, if you're Millville, you got to be pretty aware that he does have 4 fouls in this game. Might put a little extra pressure near him.
Dante Smith hands it off to Barriento. Millville being very deliberate with this possession. They'd like to get some points here with the game being what it is. A good pass again to Merrill, but the shot does not go. And again, Collingswood with a chance for the lead. Bassett looking to make it happen. He does. Mackay, Bassett.
And that's exactly why they brought him back when they did.
First lead of the night for the Panthers. 3.5 minutes to go. So let's see how Millville responds. Barriento lost the ball. And Bassett's the one that collects it. Bassett puts up the 3, and he's got it.
And this is exactly what Millville did not want. Bassett to come back in this game still fired up.
It's a 4-point lead now for the Panthers, 41-37. Bowman sends it back to Smith.
Millville almost absolutely wants to get some points down here. It's been a lot of sloppy play for them.
Foster does not get it. And there's Bassett again. He's taken over the game all of a sudden in the last minute and a half. Watch him bury the shot here. Here's the move. That was for the original lead. Then he came back with a 3. So Mackay, Bassett making it happen. And now Merrill almost got the steal.
Millville really going to need to tighten things up here.
When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And Bassett felt the 3 and nailed it. So that creates the 4-point advantage that now exists, 41-37. Back outside to Bassett. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve this time. He looks to drive. We get a foul before any shot opportunity. There's Moss bringing it up the court. Fouling on Bowman. That keeps the ball in possession of the Panthers. Bassett, meanwhile, is fouled. The shot is blocked by Merrill, but we get a foul, I believe, on Bowman again. No, did they say that was on Merrill? Merrill wasn't even near the play, was he? Let's take a look here. There's Bassett making, it's just 1-3. Okay. Merrill just decided to block it off Bassett's head, but that's that's how it works.
Whatever
sometimes.
works for you.
The foul was actually on number 3, Smith. Bassett, meanwhile, now with 6 points in the quarter, and that's in about a minute and a half. Two for two trip, and the lead is now 5. Collingswood getting comfortable with the advantage now. Millville yet to score for a while, only 2 points in the quarter. Smith trying to drive through. He gets the foul called against him. Collingswood guilty of the foul. That'll put Smith on the line. Smith again trying to make things happen. Thomas was somewhat all over him there. So he draws his second foul.
Millville's going to have to get a little bit collected here. Haven't really been able to get much done. Instead, Bassett's kind of taken over the game.
And the missed free throws do not help.
Got to at least get one at the line here.
Neither one goes, and Bassett collects the rebound. Ball is loose, taken by Bowman. Bassett trying to cut him off. Meanwhile, Merrill, he might be guilty of a travel. Unfortunate slip, but it cost Millville the ball.
Millville all out of sorts right now.
All right, we have a timeout called on the floor. Collingswood taking over here in the fourth quarter. That man, number 1, getting it done. He's got the points 7 for this quarter alone, and he's got his team up by 6.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
And now, back to the game.
We're back here at the Thunderdome. Millville trying to figure out what went wrong in this quarter. Here's some of the play. Bassett, of course, has taken over. Got the steal right there. Put the shot up. And made it happen. I guess that's stay on the bench really helped him out because he's come out on fire.
Yeah, you were. It was going to be a pretty tough challenge to keep Bassett quiet all game long. Obviously, as we said, Moss and Carter did a really good job as he tried to figure things out. But Bassett has really come on fire since he's come back into the game. Maybe channeling a little bit of that frustration out.
Yep, he's showing why he's their key player. Talked about him in the pregame show with Coach Dorney, of course. And he is coming up and finishing. Alley-oop pass is partially blocked. Good look to the post, and the basket is good.
Panthers getting all of those bounces that they couldn't get earlier.
The lead is now 8. Pass is low. Bowman saves it, looking to shoot. Off the glass, doesn't go. Merrill gets the rebound and puts it in. A desperately needed basket by Millville. connected by Jaden Merrill. Nice save of the pass. Stepping out of bounds, they do turn it over. Here's that play that went right to the basket. Carter finishing it, getting a kind bounce off the rim. Millville down by 6, but with possession now. Barriento to Smith. He tries a three. Short. Rebound taken by Collingswood.
I think Collingswood in no real hurry here.
Now we're under a minute, so with a 6-point lead, they're going to just force Millville to foul here, and Dante Smith will pick up this one. So it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Collingswood. Quinton Moss, who got it done for the first 3 quarters, he really kind of kept the ship afloat for the Panthers. Now gets a chance at 2 free throws. Got to make the first one to get the second one. He misses, but a rebound by Carter and another foul by Millville. So another 1-and-1.
Bassett having a little fun right now. He knows the situation. He was kind of giving it to the crowd a little bit.
There's Carter with a good rebound, and he forces the foul. Well, Collingswood does have a few fans here, and they are celebrating now as Carter makes the first one.
I think that hit the rim about 4 or 5 times there before it went in. Looks like all those bounces that the Panthers couldn't get to go now, luck turned around on them.
Everything balances out. This time is a miss. Rebounded by Millville. Of course, the Collingswood team was all back on defense.
Yeah, Collins looked like, purposely kind of putting all their guys in the back.
Foster connects on a key 3. That's a big shot by Foster. Gives Millville a chance here. 46-42. Barriento doing a good job of getting it to Smith, who got it to Foster, and he connects on the swish.
Badly needed basket there for Foster.
So there's 37 seconds showing on the clock. Still a game that's in doubt. It's a 4-point game. Millville has to get 2 scores, though, without allowing one for Collingswood, which is not going to be an easy task with the way that Bassett is now on fire. Moss is getting things done. Carter is also contributing. So Collingswood has gotten it done this quarter.
Collingswood's been a little iffy on these free throws late in the game. Obviously got that opportunity earlier, that 2 for 2. But the other shots have really not been able to go. So Millville's got to be really key on the rebounds here if they want to have a chance.
Prior to Foster's 3-pointer, the Panthers had outscored the Bolts in this quarter 18-4.
And let me guess, I think Mekhi Bassett had a lot to do with that, right?
He had 7 of those 18 points. And a few key rebounds and steals as well.
Collingswood certainly taking every second they can to get a play drawn up here.
Well, we've had quite a good game. We expected this one to be back and forth. It looked like Millville was going to dominate early, had a big lead. I think it was about 9 points or so at one point. But Collingswood, to their credit, kept chipping away. They lost their big player for most of the third quarter and half of the fourth. But he came back on the floor and has made a difference. So they lead by 4 right now with possession. 38 seconds left. Millville, not sure why they're not trying to foul. Quickly, they get a steal instead. Foster gets the basket. Bassett tried to block it, but he didn't get there.
Maybe that's why they didn't try to go for the foul.
Now we do get the foul against Millville with 21 seconds left. A 2-point game. Double bonus opportunity here. So 2 free throws coming up for Bassett. Here's the inbounds play. They didn't quite foul right away.
Looks like they might have been trying and got a little lucky there.
Boy, Bassett did all he could to block Foster's shot, but he just touched glass and nothing else. Of course, now he's got a chance to get those 2 points back. Missed the first one.
And that's a huge miss. Regardless of what happens here.
Do you dare miss it again and try to get a rebound is the question.
That's a pretty bold call. I don't know if Bassett's got that in him.
No, he's got the shot. So now he forces Millville to shoot for 3.
Gonna see what Millville's gonna do here. 20 seconds here. See if they try to wait it out.
They got to go for 3 or else drive to the basket and hope that Collingswood fouls them. Barriento gets the basket. They settled for 2, but that's going to leave a 1-point lead for Collingswood. And the Panthers call timeout. A little surprised they didn't try a 3-point shot.
Looked like they were trying to go with that other strategy. Try to draw the foul. Maybe get a 3-point opportunity there. Thomas did make a little contact, but looks like he got mostly all ball there. But a good finish there to get the basket. You got to think Millville's going to foul almost immediately. They kind of have to. I think about 7 seconds remaining.
You know, for a split second, it looked like Barriento thought about trying to set up a 3, but then he took off. We'll see how it pans out for the Thunderbolts and the Panthers. Another one of those great finishes coming down the stretch here at the Thunderdome.
I was going to say one thing's for sure. We're going to have a heck of a finish.
Now the ball belongs to Collingswood, so I wonder if Millville tries to foul quickly here.
You have to think, you almost have to at this point. You can't really let much time tick off the clock.
The Thunderbolts break their team huddle. The Panthers getting some final words from Coach Dorney. Seatbelts buckled, folks. We have quite a finish for you right here. 7.8 seconds showing on the clock. Bassett will inbound the ball. I would have him on the floor to get the inbounds pass, but Collingswood going the other way.
Mara going to do everything he can to get the sight line away from Bassett.
And they do commit the foul, so Millville does foul quickly. The foul will put Quinton Moss on the line for 2 shots.
That's what you needed. It only took about 0.6 seconds off the clock.
So Moss has a chance to create a 3-point lead with these 2 shots.
It looks like Coach Latoyer is going to kind of get a couple of his guys in the huddle as we get this shot here, kind of draw up a quick play.
And you saw the inbounds play where I think it was number 3. That's right, number 3, Dante Smith. He picked up his 4th foul. He's still in the game, but at this point, just want to save the clock. Let's see what Moss can do. He misses the first one.
And that is huge for Millville. He's got to make the second.
And now Dorney wants to talk things over again.
Yeah, that was a really big miss there for Collingswood. No doubt Dorney's going to have some words.
He's going to let him know that we need to make this shot. If we make the shot, just go back into defense. Try to prevent a shot or drive to the basket, anything like that. But Quinton Moss will have one more free throw. The game is at a 1-point stance right now. We'll see if Moss can make the shot, make it a 2-point game, and Millville will have a few seconds to play with. You can tell it's a good game when the last minute takes about 75 minutes. I'm exaggerating, but you can get the idea.
Yeah, Millville did a really good job there of kind of closing it at the end. It looked like Collingswood was really going to kind of pull away towards the middle to end of this quarter. But Millville, a really strong job not to let any of that sloppy play kind of misses get them down. Our confidence has been pretty high throughout this entire quarter.
So the first order of business for that squad right there is a free throw by Quinton Moss. He'll be looking to make it a 2-point lead with that shot. If it happens to miss, then we'll see who gets the rebound, and that could determine the outcome as well.
And Millville does have a couple, Millville's actually out of timeouts. So if it does miss and they get the rebound, they're going to have to go down quick.
Seven seconds left. Moss trying to make it a 2-point game.
Collingswood got 2 players down the back here.
All right. Shot is up, and the shot is in. So Moss delivers on the back end. Plenty of time here with 7 seconds. We'll see if Millville can get it up court quickly. Smith passes the ball. Oh, he doesn't go, but he's fouled. Oh, had he made that shot.
And he's feeling it a little bit. Took a hard foul there.
Had he made that shot, this free throw would give Millville a lead. But as it is, he's got to make both free throws. There's the shot.
Just a little short there on the shot.
But he can tie the game here. He's just got to collect himself. Good rush by Smith to get it up court. Good find of Merrill.
And
he was pushed by Thomas.
The refs are talking about something here. Looks like Merrill's a little bit confused on what's going on.
We'll let them sort it out. We're not going to guess at what they're talking about. Looks like they're talking about whether or not Merrill is going to shoot. I'm not sure what they're doing here.
Yeah, he's pretty confused at what's going on too. She said not sure what the refs are trying to discuss here. Merrill's kind of up in arms. Don't know if he's not taking the shot.
They did call a foul, right?
They did, but Merrill's not allowed to take the shot, it looks like. He went down pretty hard, but he did collect himself, but they're going to make him come out. And it looks like we're going to have Doug Dowdy take the shot.
Wow.
A little bit of an interesting call. Not sure why they're forcing Merrill out.
Well,
but a huge moment here for Dowdy.
I can think of is just medical precaution here because of the way he went down. He's had a few other things happen to him.
Yeah, talk about a moment for Dowdy here. He's coming off the bench here for 2 key free throws. You have to settle the nerves a little bit.
2 seconds left on the clock. If Dowdy can make both shots, we will be tied.
And again, Merrill just in complete disbelief.
For those of you who like your basketball with down-to-the-wire fireworks, we've certainly had them. So it's a 2-shot foul, and it will be Doug Dowdy shooting them. Composure right there, nothing but net.
That's a confident swish right there.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's why Mike Latour put him on the line. Boy, he nailed that first one without a problem. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll be back in a moment for what should be quite a finish.
At Complete Care, we are patients serving patients. I choose to bring myself and my children to Complete Care because we are a one-stop shop. We use dental, we use medical. I feel as though the quality of care here is great. I love working here. I feel great to work at a place that serves the community. There's a lot of people in need. To me, patients serving patients means we've been in your shoes. We know what great care means to us, and we want to provide that for you.
And now, back to the game.
Collingswood right there with a 1-point lead, but Doug Dowdy has one more free throw to shoot, and he could tie the game if he connects on it.
And kind of looking at the stats here before this game, Doug Dowdy, one of the better free throw shooters, comes in at 57%. Have a feeling that that's kind of a decision that Latour made to put him at the line.
Well, he'd like to make this shot, and then Millville play enough defense that Collingswood doesn't get a shot up and force overtime. That's one scenario.
Millville, 2 players in the backcourt here to make that not happen.
Shot is short, and Collingswood's going to pull this one out.
And Millville just didn't even try to foul. Not sure. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion maybe. As Bassett just pointed up to the scoreboard, kind of like, we got this, and Millville just forgot to play defense. But a little bit of maybe confusion. Millville thought maybe they got the foul off. But
here's the
doesn't
shot.
Look like it.
It was short. Look at that stretch by Bassett to save it.
And Millville just stopped.
Yeah, he pointed to the clock saying, we just got 2 seconds, and he did hold it for about 2 seconds. So that's it.
Yeah, and you can see there at the end there, Millville just completely forgetting that there was still a couple of seconds on the clock. Only really realized that once Bassett did point up to the clock there.
Well, Bassett did the right thing. He got the rebound, and he just stood there trying to let the clock run out. So he did the right thing.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do for sure.
So Collingswood comes from behind. 7 points of a lead by Millville, whittled away in that fourth quarter, and Millville loses by 1 as Collingswood gets his star player off the bench. He missed most of the second half, probably most of the third quarter, and a good half of the fourth quarter, but he comes in and makes the difference with not only points, but the last final rebound to ensure the victory for the visitors from Collingswood. Our final score, 48-47. Collingswood wins this one. We'll be back with the post game in just a moment.
Have you ever wanted to make the big money? Have you ever wanted to drive the big construction equipment? Here's your chance to go to school, learn the big machines, and start a new career. MCITC is a heavy equipment operator training school that offers you the opportunity to learn to use the big machines and start earning the big benefits. Don't hesitate. Call today 856-825-6655. That's 856-825-6655. Or visit our website at mcitcnj.com.
Welcome to the exciting world of television broadcasting. Have you ever wanted to be part of the team that creates the magic watched by millions? Would you like to know how it's created? With our intern programs that could lead into a full or part-time position, you can open the door to a lucrative career.
Or perhaps you'd like to be in television sales, making the big commissions and watching your sales come to life on television.
Hi, I'm Ryan Quinn, Chief Operating Officer of Quinn Broadcasting. We're excited to announce the next phase of Quinn Broadcasting and want you to be a part of it. And we're looking for interns, production teams, and salespeople to continue our growth. If you're a videographer, editor, on-screen personality, in sales, or would like to learn, we want to hear from you. We have positions open now. Give us a call at 856-451-2358. Thank you.
At Mintz Insurance, we're proud to have been serving our customers for nearly 80 years, offering 30 different insurance products for your auto, home, and business. And to help ensure that you're getting the best rates possible, we give you up to 3 quotes for every policy, so you can choose what's right for you. At Mintz, we're part of the community, local representatives, supporting events, and proud of it. It's part of who we are. Mintz Insurance. Call today and find out how we can help you save on insurance, or visit us at mintzinsurance.com.
At Complete Care, we are patients serving patients. I choose to bring myself and my children to Complete Care because we are a one-stop shop. We use dental, we use medical. I feel as though the quality of care here is great. I love working here. I feel great to work at a place that serves the community. There's a lot of people in need. To me, patients serving patients means we've been in your shoes. We know what great care means to us, and we want to provide that for you.
It's Thunderbolt basketball on Quinn Broadcasting. Join us now as the Millville Thunderbolts take on their next opponent. And now, here's your commentators for today's game.
We are back at the Thunderdome, and we had thunder and lightning happen for 4 quarters tonight as Collingswood comes from behind to win a very tight game, a very competitive game, 48-47. The star player, the guy that, well, we didn't see you play until tonight. We heard all about you, and you delivered when it counted most. It had to be a little frustrating for you, though. They got those 4 fouls quickly, and they had to see most of the second half from the sideline.
Yeah, man. I feel like the first 2 fouls, they weren't really fouls. They were touchy fouls, but I knew what I had to do. I knew I had to stay in the game. So first half, I had 2 fouls in the first quarter, so I had to play a little softer on defense, play less help defense for my teammates. But second half, I got 4 fouls in the third quarter, and my coach asked me, he was like, you want to get back in? I was like, nah, man, I trust my teammates. Next thing I know, my teammates come down 1. I got 4 minutes left. I was like, Coach, I'm ready. Came back in, did my thing, did my role, and our team got the win.
Absolutely. I'm going to talk about a couple of your players. Quentin Moss, he had a tremendous game. Is he the kind of guy that sets up the offense? Because he looked like he was in charge.
Yeah, that's my twin right there, man. I've been telling him all season, he's a good point guard. He has some IQ. He can finish at the rim a lot. He has a shot, but he don't want to show it. But as you see tonight, he hit a couple threes. But he's been hesitant to shoot the ball season. As I tell him, keep shooting the ball. You're going to hit them. So, like tonight, I told him before the game, shoot the ball. Shoot the ball. He shot it, so he came through.
Well, when the state tournament comes, if he starts shooting, the fireworks will happen for you guys.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Also want to mention of the other player, number 4, Shaq Carter.
Yeah.
He kind of came up big when he had to as well.
Yeah, Shaq, he's a hustler, man. He averages like 10, 11 rebounds for us this year. He's a hustler. He's a defender for us. But tonight, I'm playoff Shaq. I'm coming different tonight. So first half, he had like 10 points, right? Something like that.
He had 6 points. He finished with 11. But, yeah, I thought the way he got some rebounds, like you mentioned, was very key.
Yeah, he's a hustler, man. So he's a key defender to us and a key offensive role player for us. So, yeah, I'm proud of him. He's got some young players on that team who can really produce. Tomas, he didn't do as good as he usually does tonight, but he's a key player for us. He is second highest score on our team. So, yeah, we got some good young players on our team coming up.
During the first half, did you feel like Millville was definitely concentrating on keeping the ball out of your hands? You only had 3 points at halftime.
Yeah, man, I felt the pressure from them. I knew what it was, though. I had another game like this earlier in the season against Haddon Heights. I had 2 points in the first half, came back in the second half, ended up having 24 at the end of the game. So in the halftime, I already told my team, I said, listen, I ain't going to get clamped like this whole game, so we're going to turn up soon. So.
Oh, we knew that, too. He's got to come alive sooner or later in the fourth quarter. When it counted most, you did. Half of your points coming in that fourth quarter. So a big game for you. State tournament-wise, how are you looking?
Man, I'm ready. I think we're ready. We're coming in with some energy with this last win, too, especially with 17-5 y'all a pretty good team. So we got some energy from that win. So I think we're going to do good. We got Medford Tech. If we win that, we head over to Camden. That's a really rough game, but we still going to have our mindsets ready to go, so we're ready.
Makai Bassett, our star of the game, coming in off the bench to finish with 16 points. Team high 16 points, by the way. So you got it done when it counted.
Yep.
And the excitement level right to the finish. That last rebound that you got, you did the right thing. You got the rebound, just stood there.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Y'all wasn't trying to start that clock, man. Shoot, y'all trying to set it on T.
I saw you pointing it up there. It did seem like at 2 seconds you were just standing there. Yeah. But congratulations on the big win. Good luck in the tournament.
All right, thank you. Y'all have a good day.
We're going to take one final break and be back with a final word in just a moment.
Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is your hometown team for banking. We offer banking which is small town focused and customer based. We know you and we are for you. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union is a nonprofit and federally insured. Solid as a Thunderbolt airplane, we are your team. Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union, 1601 Cedar Street.
Hi, I'm Bob Millard, President of Thunderbolt Area Federal Credit Union. Come see us and experience banking as it used to be.
I'm Bart Feldman, and this is TNF Camera. We are a full-line photographic studio and camera store. We invite you to come in and take a look at the products and services that we provide, from youth sports, high school sports, school pictures, and a wealth of photographic equipment. The advantages of coming to a store is you have the ability to talk to people and see exactly what you want to purchase beforehand. It's TNF Camera, 1362 South Delsey Drive here in Vineland.
It's Thunderbolt basketball on Quinn Broadcasting. Join us now as the Millville Thunderbolts take on their next opponent. And now, here's your commentators for today's game.
Well, the Thunderdome, a lot more quiet than it was not too long ago. A lot of excitement happening here as two squads that are good basketball teams came alive and really gave us quite a performance tonight. A one-point game. Can't ask for more than that for excitement. Collingswood comes from behind to win this one 48-47. Our star of the game, as we mentioned, Makai Bassett, having quite a fourth quarter. Frustrated he was with having the foul difficulty. But again, as you heard him say, he kind of knew his team was going to pick it up. He basically said even though it was frustrating, he knew his teammates were going to get it done while he sat.
And that's pretty important and a good thing to feel when you know your guys are going to be able to pick you up there. Looked like he was kind of having a little fun there when you were talking kind of about then his guys picking him up. He said, that's my guy. Those are my guys right there. And for a guy like that who obviously plays a big part of this offense, to have to sit for that long, no doubt he was just thinking over everything in his head, what he could have done differently, what he could have done another way. But his guys really picked it up for him, and he was clearly very happy about that.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, both of these teams, obviously, the starting five in particular, they trust each other, and they get things done. We definitely noticed Quentin Moss as the point guard. He really controlled the pace of the game a lot, even though he didn't take him that many shots. And Bassett mentioned, he should take more shots because he's got a good one. He kept pace. He kept a lot of things going for Collingswood when things were not going well, and, of course, when Mackay was on the bench for most of the second half as well. So a good job by Collingswood to just whittle away at the lead. The lead was up around 7 for Millville in that third quarter, but they just kept pecking away and got it done. Millville, of course, having a chance to tie the game at the end. An unfortunate play with Merrill hitting the deck when he was fouled. The referees indicating that I'm going to guess for medical reasons they would not let him shoot the free throws because the concussion protocol or whatever you want to call it, he was the one that was fouled. He missed the basket. Had he made the basket, would have tied the game. But nonetheless, things go the way they go. And credit to Doug Dowdy. He made the first one. He switched it, but a good timeout. Coaches take timeouts for key reasons, and Collingswood had at least one timeout left. Patrick Dorney called it, and I guess successfully froze the shooter for the second one because Dowdy's second shot was short.
Yeah, Dorney kind of really good management there with his timeouts there at about three timeouts left before that. So he even had some after that with a couple seconds left on the clock. Yeah, credit to Dowdy, though, having to come in such a key moment. You know, when you're down by 2, needing both free throws, obviously, but a really tough moment, obviously, to come into as a young kid. But, you know, kind of, I mentioned earlier, because I kind of saw him a little bit in the JV game as well. Really strong effort in that game. So kind of good to see him get a chance out here with the varsity squad as well. And he was obviously chosen for a good reason. He does have good free throw shooting percentage there, Coach Latour. Kind of going with the guy he trusted right there. And like I said, a big spot for Dowdy. And certainly something I'm sure he appreciates, getting to kind of come into that moment, knowing that your coach trusts you in the kind of the heat of the game right there, I'm sure is a little confidence as well.
Of course, he's sitting on the bench, not expecting that to happen whatsoever. So for him to come in that spot, make the first one, unfortunately didn't make the second one, and our star of the game, Mackay Bassett, got the rebound, made sure that those 2 seconds whittled off the clock, and secured a 1-point win for Collingswood. Looking at the scores real quick, we have Mackay Bassett leading the way. He actually wound up with a game high, believe it or not, even though he missed about half of the second half, finished with 16 points, 12 points by Quentin Moss, 11 for Shaq Carter, 4 points were scored by Tomas Money, 3 by Marcus Benson, and 2 by Ethan Thomas for the total of 48. Meanwhile, you see Millville scores right there. Again, good balance by the Thunderbolts. 3 players in double figures. They've done that throughout the season. Led by Dante Smith tonight with 14, 11 by Jabbar Barriento, and 10 for Kalan Foster. Jaden Merrill finishing with 9, just under the double figures. And that's pretty much the story here. It's a tight game all the way through, although it looked like one team was going to pull away. But to Collingswood credit, they made the trip very worthwhile, chipped away at it, and got the star player involved. He got hot at the right time and made the difference in the ball game. And of course, that fourth quarter, a 20-12 finish for Collingswood, and it was not that close early on as Millville scored 4 points halfway through that fourth quarter. So good job by the Collingswood defense to not only control Millville scoring, but again, do their own scoring and got it done just enough. 48-47. Our crack staff, we have enjoyed doing these games throughout the season, no doubt about it. We want to mention our executive director here who calls all the shots, and we don't mind that at all. Ryan Narowski, our executive director. Our camera folks, Ozzie Mori, Mandy Muniz, and Brandon Kiley. For Ariel Melendez, yours truly, Fred Melendez. Don't forget to tune in for a couple things that we have going on here on Quinn Broadcasting. This Saturday, we'll be broadcasting the Parade of Champions down High Street. Join us for that. That's late morning, early afternoon, right here on Quinn Broadcasting. And we also have a couple of games to mention. On Monday, Cumberland Christian School will be having a doubleheader that we'll be hoping to cover at 5 and 7 o'clock for those 2 games. Meanwhile, the Millville Thunderbolts boys basketball team initiates its state tournament play, the NJSI AA tournament. They'll be hosting the Braves of Williamstown right here at Millville High School. So plenty more things for you to tune into, and I hope that you enjoy them all. We certainly enjoy bringing them to you. We thank you for checking in with us. And again, we wish you a very good evening tonight. Our final score, once again, Collingswood coming from behind for a dramatic 48-47 victory. Good night, and take care of yourselves and each other.
This has been a QBC television production, in association with our partners and sponsors. QBC broadcasts on Comcast Cable Channel 22, and live streams its programming on Facebook and YouTube. All rights reserved by Quinn Media and QBC, programming that serves the South Jersey market.